Alright, so this is the top request right now. This is the Pale Spear of the Primarch Alpharius. It's Man-at-Arms Reforged. The first one we saw for this was the actual chainsword. It was a Blood Angel's chainsword. I love the toys that they have. Just so many wonderful toys in that workshop of theirs. But we're going to get to watching this. Now, personally, this is nowhere near as intricate of work as far as I can tell. This is just going to be a recreation of the spear itself. But they did such a good job with the chainsword, I can't wait to see how this is going to look. Here we go. Yes! There we go.
I'm Kerry Stagmer, and we are the blacksmiths of Baltimore Knife and Sword. We're going to be building some of your favorite things and fantastic objects you've never seen before. This is Man-at-Arms Reforged.
We get a lot of Warhammer 40,000 requests here at Man-at-Arms. And as a fan of the game, I really love working on these projects. Our last build, the chainsword, was fantastic. Is what I was talking about. And we're bringing you yet again another 40k build. Except there's a twist. This isn't a 40k project, this is a 30k project. We're going to be making the Pale Spear of the Primarch Alpharius. We've brought in Decker to help Derek out with this since it's going to be forged out of Damascus. We wanted this to have a crazy pattern to it since this blade is sort of otherworldly. There's going to be a blade at the front, at the head of the spear, and at the back. This is going to require the work and skills of every member of our team. And we're going to bring it to you here on Man-at-Arms Reforged.
Hey John, got this billet for the Warhammer build. Get it welded up for me.
Okay, what are they made from?
1075, 1045, 15N20, 63 layers, I think.
Okay, good. And then I'll put that on the side so you can hold on to it?
Yep, be perfect. All right, thanks.
So I'm trying to find, yeah, this is going to take me some time. I'm wondering if they're going to build it to scale. Okay, so for those of you who have never heard of 40k, 30k Alpharius or anything like that, Alpharius would stand around 8.5, 9-ish foot tall. For a Primarch, he was considered really short. In fact, a lot of his Space Marines could stand in for him and pose as him, and unless somebody was really paying attention, they wouldn't be able to tell. So Alpharius was one of the shorter, well, not one of the, he was the shortest Primarch. But at the same time, he would make Shaq look short.
Now that John has finished up welding the billet for the Damascus, he's going to weld a handle on the end of this piece of 3-inch 1045. This will be for the lower blade.
Okay. This is TIG welding. I love it. Oh, man alive. Yes, this thing. Yes. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Forge of the Gods. Gal Maraz is its name. The Splitter of Skulls.
I love that they did that.
goes to the power hammers and begins driving down this material. He's got to get it down to a dimension where the blade can be forged from it. That means it has to be made essentially into a big wide paddle, and then they'll begin to create the form.
I love their toys. And it begins to take shape. That thing is going to be...
So I'm going to be creating the flanges that hold the blades on the Pale Spear. There's a couple of other fittings that are going to go in there, but these initial pieces are actually very large. They're 3 inches around, so I'm going to start with a big piece of 3-inch 1045 steel. It's a really nice old South Bend lathe, a big 16-inch. I've got the material mounted up on here. Got it clean, ready to go. I'm going to cut initially. I'll cut a plug that's going to be going down into the handle section, and then I'll do all the fancy work that goes up on the top side.
Nice. I just... And the thing about this takes hours to do, and I mean hours to do.
Normally when we're working on the lathe, we're using free machining steels that make these nice little chips. The only thing I had in this size was the same 1045 that we're using to create the bottom blade. It just doesn't cut the same. We've got to really watch out for these sharp edges we call swarf. They can really cut you.
Oh, I love the toys.
Kevin's now using the fly press to put these designs into these pieces of plate. They'll be wrapped around the handle when we're finished.
Nice. Very nice. He did that eyeball on it too. I love it.
To be able to hold the spearhead securely in the vise, the guys are going to make up some fixture plates that have a radius that goes into the forged sections. Now that the material for the blade preforms has been drawn out into these big paddle forms, they barely fit under the hammer. We'll make short work of that.
Love it. I don't know if you guys saw what he was doing just there, but that is it seriously looks like a nail file, and he used that to get rid of burrs and stuff like that. It is not fun to do when you're dealing with extremely hot steel.
Sometimes when you're forging and you abuse the material a little bit by driving it so hard under the hammer, sometimes the welds can start to open up. The guys are going to add a little flux to the surface. That'll help them get it welded back up. They'll bring it up to heat and drive it back together into one solid piece.
Oh, that's going to be beautiful. Whew, that's going to be a difficult one to... Oh, the CNC, nice.
Now that the blade has been rough formed, John's going to take it to the plasma table to cut out the center section. Rather than splitting it underneath the hammer, we're going to cut it out with a plasma torch, because we've got an idea for what to use the material for from the center later on.
Oh, that's... I was trying to figure out how they were going to work that. I was trying to figure that out. 1 second. Somebody just sent me some lines, and I need to take a look at them. All right. Good to go. Good to go. I cannot wait to see what this looks like. Oh.
So the guys out in the shop have gotten this Damascus forged. We got it up on the plasma. John went through, cut that center section out. Now I gotta take about half of this Damascus, grind it into dust, and dump it on the floor.
Ah. That is beautiful.
Of ring-like ferrules up and down the handle of this weapon. We're going to cut them out of the plate and weld it in place on the handle itself. John's going to be using the knife wheel on one of our Bader sanders to cut in this crisscross.
Very
it's
nice.
Much like knurling work that you would see on handles. We see this design on many of the weapons in Warhammer.
Yeah. Oh my god, I want half of these. I want these toys, man. Alright, 1 second. Alright, so back to it. Now look at this. This is what having good tools gets you. This level of detail, this level of just, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Let's go. Oh, the kiln.
We get this kiln up to a critical temperature that'll allow us to heat treat it. The blade will go into the heat,
my god,
then it'll go into the oil.
This thing's gonna be beautiful. Look at that. Yep. He's blowing on it. Oh my god, that is beautiful.
As the blade comes out of oil still hot, it's fairly flexible, so we clamp it between two pieces of plate.
Yep. That way it doesn't warp or anything like... Oh my god, that looks good. Ah! That looks... Yes.
Rick now takes this blade over to the 80 grit to begin thinning it and starting of the polishing stages. It's got a long way to go. There's still a fair amount of metal to come off, but we'll get it nice and clean before we have to etch it.
So one of the things I really like about this that I'm seeing so far is I see the amount of work they're putting into it, the things that they're doing. This is going to be an actual... This isn't going to be a showpiece. This is going to be an actual weapon. This is going to be an actual weapon, not just a showpiece. And that's... When you order something off eBay or something like that, you know, there's a... oh, look at this three-bladed dragon. That's not a real weapon. It isn't heat-treated. It's barely put together right. And if you... sit there and try to impress your friends by sitting there and like trying to stab a watermelon with it, the thing will break apart in your hand and probably you'd wind up going to the hospital. This is going to be an actual weapon.
In the welding room, John begins the handle assembly process. He's going to put the rings in place, use magnets to keep them right where he needs them, take the TIG, and attach the rings.
Now that is something I did I love it. I didn't think about using magnets there, but I love it. Now, could I ever do something like this? Hell no. No. These guys are vastly more skilled than I ever could be at this. And I have negative artistic ability when it comes to actually painting or anything like that. My sister's about to alarm me. It looked like a claymation nightmare. But I loved it. Oh. You can... Oh.
Using the heat gun to both dry the blade and heat the blade up so that we can speed up the reaction, Rick is now going to begin blackening these blades so that we get a nice antique finish. The upper blade, of course, is going to get etched.
Look at that.
Being a huge Warhammer fan, Rick has painted hundreds if not thousands of figures. Now he takes those skills to a new level, blending both the texture and color on this handle.
He's being very careful about this. Oh my God, it's so nice.
So we're getting ready to etch the pale spear. This is a beautiful piece of damascus, but you can't see that yet because we haven't etched it to reveal the pattern. What we're going to do is get it nice and clean and degreased, and then we'll go into the ferric chloride bath to etch it. That's a mild acid that'll etch the steels differentially to give us darks on the high carbon,
okay, so they're not going to
brights on the high
sharpen it.
nickel
Okay.
steel, and then we'll really see how beautiful this is inside.
Okay, so they aren't going to sharpen it.
As the acid begins to burn the surface, the bold, beautiful pattern is revealed. This blade is fantastic.
Oh my God, that is a work of art. That is an absolute work of art.
We now use an ammonia-based cleaner. That's just to stop the reaction dead in its tracks and prevent the piece from rusting. If we were to just, say, spray this off with water and wipe it down, tomorrow, instead of it being beautiful, it would just be a rusty surface.
Yeah.
The ammonia stops that.
Oh my God, look at how beautiful that is. That is absolutely
now that the painting
wonderful.
is finished for the shaft of Pale Spear, it's time for final assembly. Because we wanted this to be able to be disassembled for cleaning, we went ahead and devised a system where I welded some 1/2-inch thread rod on the tangs of our spearheads and machined some large mating slots in the finial.
Very nice.
Starting from the raw materials, then forged by Galmaraz, the splitter of skulls. We now bring you the pale spear of Primarch Alpharius.
That is so sick. Oh my God, that is sick. That is absolutely sick. Bag of flour and go! Yes, flour everywhere. Very nice. And then strawberry milk, why? Oh! Oh my God. Okay. That is awesome. Okay, let's go back and look at that spear again. Of course, puppies are barking. Hold on, let's get back to that spear. Okay, hold on. That's beautiful.
We now bring you the pale spear of Primarch Alpharius.
Look. Oh, look at how just wicked that looks. That looks so impressive. I love it. I absolutely 100% love it. It is absolutely incredible.
Of Primarch Alpharius.
Now, I don't know, like, it's definitely sized for your standard human. The actual spear itself would have been probably about 3 feet longer, but this is an accurate representation, an extremely accurate representation. It's beautiful. I love it, especially the acid etch. I am I am a fan of that. I am a massive fan of that. I like this better than the chainsword. Just because there's a lot more with the chainsword. There was a lot of things that went into it all at the same time that came up to a beautiful product. This was just them showing off, like, the finer details of metalworking, and it's just impressive, the amount of stuff that they did. I'm a fan. I am an absolute fan of this. Nothing else to say about it. This was absolutely magnificent. I just wish I had half their toys. I really, really do, because this looks absolutely outstanding. And I wish I had half of their artistic skill, because I can't do stuff like this. I can't do stuff like this. I know what they're doing. I know the reasons why they're doing it. Oh no. Hold on. There is something coming in the door right now. Which one is this one?
Perturabo.
Is that Perturabo? Yes. Perturabo. Yes. Perturabo is here. Turn around and face the camera, Perturabo. Tell them all why you hate all of them. Look, it's the spear of your brother. Yes. Yes. Yeah. We have chickens now. And this one. We have Nuggle Dorn. We have Perturabo here. Look, he even looks angry. He looks the angry! Yes. Yes. Take it to Olympia. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
Don't forget we have Corvus.
Huh? We have Corvus Corax. We have Nuggle Dorn. We don't have anybody else yet, but I will let you know if we do. Perturabo. Or Pekarabo, something like that. He ever since we put them in a bin with food. Oh, by the way, all these pictures are on Instagram, which I now have thanks to that one over there.
You need to start putting a link on your video.
I already do.
Okay.
But yeah, what was I saying? Like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. Head on over to Instagram to see more of Cheeky and more of Puggo. And I did not make the pug video. That was all her. Don't bring me into it. Stop laughing. It's not funny. I'm a very masculine man. As I sit here with a chick in my hand.
Give it a kiss.
No. Anyhow. Like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. I have a Patreon down below if you'd like to support the channel. And if you want to see something like this, because this is awesome. I mean, I didn't even know. I knew about Man-at-Arms. I didn't know they did the stuff like this. This is awesome. Okay. Do you want Forge Breaker? Ask the Man-at-Arms. Do it. Anyhow, I'll catch you guys next time. I'm sitting here with a chicken in my hand. God, this is weird.